Welcome back. I know what you're thinking. Hey Greg, your background looks different. And to that I say, nuh-uh. I moved my setup to the other room, so now my guest room is my office. It's a little echoey in here still. Hardwood floors in here, so I feel like I'm just in a little sound box and the sound is just bouncing everywhere. So if the sound feels a little echoey, it's cause it is. Also, sorry for rambling at the beginning. We'll get into the content in a second here, but I don't love my background yet. I think it needs some tweaking. I put up this sort of like fake plant wall thinking it would look cool, and I think it looks pretty cool, but I don't love it yet. So whether I scrap it or I tweak it a little bit, I don't know. Currently it just feels a little too live, laugh, love for me. Especially with the neon sign on. I don't know, it feels very like photo wall at the work party-esque with the sign. You know, the wall where they take the quirky photos in front of, you know, making silly faces and stuff. If I can't make that feeling go away, I'm taking this whole thing down. Anyway, let's jump into it. We're looking at oddly terrifying images that make you feel kind of weird, but you're not completely sure why. An opening of the forest. Very spooky, scary movie-esque. Feels like the forest is beckoning you, you know? I'd say a pretty basic image. Nothing that odd about this, but yeah, you know, it's kind of spooky. Looks like a little bit misty in there. Definitely the kind of thing that you'd walk through and the trees would kind of reach out, like their branches would kind of follow you as you walk through, you know? That's a little scary. Hurricane Milton versus Hurricane Matthew, both shaped like skulls. What the heck? This one is like, yeah, kind of a face shape, but this one's like laughing, bro. It's even got like an iris looking at you. I don't like that, man. That makes me feel scared. That's freaky. I do not like that. Why is it looking at me like that? I mean, of course, this image could be like altered. These teeth look almost too good, but that's not a very fun possibility. So let's just say these storms be looking like skulls. This one looks evil, and this one is me 5 seconds after playing Black Ops. Get it? Because I got headshot. I got a hole in my head because everyone's sweaty in that game and I don't play it. I don't play that game. But if I was, this would be me. I'd be headshot. 23 million light year long plasma beam from a black hole. I'm obviously not a science expert. I don't think anyone thinks I'm an expert of anything after watching me talk about things. Maybe an expert of being afraid of the ocean. That's something I got going for me. But space expert, I am not. Black holes can shoot laser beams? I'm sorry, plasma beams? Not laser beams, that would be ridiculous. 23 million light year long plasma beam coming out of a black hole, just shooting through space. What would happen to anything in the pathway of that plasma beam? Would it be incinerated? Black holes are scary enough, but that was before I knew they were shooting laser beams. No, sorry, 23 million light year long plasma beams, not a laser beam. Crazy. Plane appearing out of the fog. Ooh, and it slows down for the video. Isn't that nice? Dude, that's freaky, dude. And there it goes. Into the fog. This is some megalophobia stuff. This just totally freaked out some guy watching this with megalophobia. You thought you were safe. I'm sorry, you're not. Whew, man, jeez. Like right here, you can just barely see it. That's so scary. Oh man, that's like a Godzilla movie scene. It's one of the creatures coming out of the fog. Oh man. That was a video though. We're here to look at images. Another fog one, moose in the fog. Apple bottom jeans, moose in the fog. Yeah, I mean, I don't know what to tell you guys. Big thing in the fog looks scary. That's just true. I feel like the moose being just an outline, like no features, and being kind of like otherworldly, ghostly, grayish color, almost looks transparent just because of the fog, of course. But like if I didn't know moose existed, sorry, this looks like a monster. Moose are like things you don't want to mess with in real life, but I wouldn't say they're particularly scary when they're just walking around in a field in broad daylight. But this looks absolutely terrifying. This is a great image. We are pleased to meet you and we have meat to please you. Okay. Yeah. I hate this. I hate this very much. Is this supposed to make it appealing to you? If this is a sincere ad for like a butcher or something, a couple things wrong with your marketing. First of all, you dressed up the animals that people will be eating as people. And not even just like people, but like well-dressed gentlemen. You even gave them glasses. Second thing, why is he holding a knife? Is he about to carve himself up into nice little cutlets for you? Thirdly, and I guess similar to point number 2 is why would they be like, hey, eat us? But I think the only entity that would not want to sell you the meat is the person whose meat it is. Person or creature, sorry. I see, I'm seeing them as people now, you know what I mean? If this is real, this is the worst ad I've ever seen. This makes me very uncomfortable. This guy looks like a psychopath. Poorly lit McDonald's play place. This looks spooky. And I can attest to this because I played in play places. You know, the place where you play. As a kid, quite a bit. They were oftentimes much darker than I would like. I don't think ever this dark, but there were some times when I was like, I think I'm good on that, you know? I don't think I want to go in there. This is like one of those horror games where you're being chased by like toys. That's spooky. I don't like it. There could be anything down that hallway, including, but not limited to, Ronald McDonald. He could be in there. This is McDonald's after all. German observation tower in Guernsey. This looks cool. I don't think it looks very friendly. I will absolutely give you that one. But it looks cool. This looks like an evil lair. Like this could be in a Star Wars movie where like the evil Siths are, you know? Can someone check on the Germans and ask them why they're building automaton bases in broad daylight? I would like to know. Boating through a swamp at nighttime and going kind of fast too, dude. Unless it's sped up, but it doesn't really look that sped up if it is. Is this a swamp you know? Like, do you know where you're going? The light on the water, it keeps making me think we're seeing through the water, but we're not. It's just all reflection. Yikes. I mean, it looks kind of fun. I'm not gonna lie. This looks pretty fun. I would never do this, of course, but it looks kind of fun. But I was just reminded of that one video we saw a couple weeks ago where there's someone in like a kayak in some swamps, and then like a crocodile comes out of the water and knocks over his kayak and flips him upside down. Ever since that video, I don't think I'm interested in anything that looks remotely like this. Swamp water at night? Any water at night, for that matter. Not interested, but it does look fun if you're able to do this and not fall in the water. This sign just saying, remember? What am I supposed to remember? Okay, but what if the reason why I don't know what this means is because I forgot? People will look at this and be like, oh, that's funny. There must be a backstory here. This must be something for someone else. But what if it's for you? What if you forgot and it's time to remember? I don't know, kind of scary. It reminds me of that picture. I think it's a made up one, but it's the like deja vu checkpoint. And it's like, if you see the sign and you feel like you've been here before, check in with the staff because you haven't been here before. I would love to see a horror movie built around like memory and like deja vu. The unsettling implications of putting a cage over a grave. I mean, it's open, so not a very good one, but I get what you're saying. Like something could come back out of the ground and then be like, dang it, I'm in a cage. Can you imagine? This is the dumbest can you imagine I've done, but can you imagine for whatever reason you revive from the dead and you manage to dig yourself out of the ground and you're in a cage? People were expecting you to do that? Talk about being totally outplayed. Maybe you faked your death and you were gonna escape somehow. Talk about not being any steps ahead of anyone. Talk about them being 3 steps ahead of you. But in all seriousness, there's probably a reasonable backstory for this. Maybe it's just decoration. Maybe they wanted to be buried in a cage and just mess with people, you know? This cat standing ominously below a picture of the solar eclipse. Pictures like this are fun, where it's just, you know, it's easy to just be like, this is just a coincidence, the cat doesn't know what he's doing. But what if? He does look kind of like he's trying to tell you something, you know, very much like a, maybe you should feed me on time going forward kind of a thing. You know, maybe you should not step on my tail anymore. You know, maybe it's time I get a little more respect around here. Scary. Nice. Another foggy forest one and a bunch of do not enter signs. I don't think you should enter personally, but what could possibly be that way, you know? And what's this image? I can't really see what that is. At least looks like symbols. I don't know what symbols they are, but it looks like symbols, which doesn't help. Do not enter and then symbols? I don't think you should enter, bro. If you go this way, you're gonna get attacked by a giant moose and then an airplane is gonna fly overhead. My friend's Bob Ross costume. I mean, efficient design, absolutely. Just a ball of basically shag carpet with a face cut out to make it look like a mustache. Efficient design. It looks very homemade and creatively done. It definitely does not make me think of Bob Ross though. It makes me feel scared. Makes me feel kind of scared. Imagine someone wearing this, like chasing you around. Fun fact though, I was Bob Ross for Halloween once, and my costume looked better than this, so sorry dude. Door placement. This one and the last one feel like they're going a little easy on us with these. Like, these are not that terrifying, I would say, but we'll humor you. That's some pretty bad door placement there. I don't know what else to say about that. I assume at one point in time, obviously, the stairs potentially went to the floor, and this is like after some changes, but I can't imagine drawing up plans for the changes and being like, oh, we'll just cut the bottom 4 steps and have it go right into the bathroom counter. That'll be like the solution to our space problem. This would be sweet if you put a mirror on it too, like you'd think it's a medicine cabinet or something, and then you open it expecting to see like pills and stuff, and then it's just stairs to like a creepy attic. Now that would be cool. I'm interested in that. Real android powered by artificial muscles. Yikes. Okay, move the arms. I want to see the arms. Ooh. Okay, he's a little clumsy. He's new here. Dude. Just when I thought robots couldn't get any scarier, they give them rib cages and muscles. I don't love that. It also seems kind of unnecessary. Maybe it's just for research purposes, but like, we have muscles because we need them. You know? Kuwait has the largest tire graveyard? Holy smokes, it's the tire dimension. Whoa. This is like a backrooms floor. What the hell? Are they burning tires over there, or is that just like a fun little thing that's also happening? No way, dude. Oh my gosh. Right here, it looks like it actually just goes on forever. Like, it looks like you'll curve over the earth before the tires end. This is the kind of stuff, and there's worse stuff than this, of course. But I see stuff like this, and I'm just thinking, and you want me to use reusable straws? Meanwhile, people are burning into the atmosphere like 5 million tires. Yeah, don't worry, I'll bring a reusable bag whenever I go shopping and rinse out my yogurt cups. Like, I'll do it, but don't act like it's my fault the environment is kind of falling apart. Here we go, colony of ants inside of a monitor? Oh, no way, dude. That can happen? I had no idea there was even space for that to happen. That's crazy. I think it's time to get rid of this monitor. I've had monitors that I've kept for longer than I needed to. Like maybe there was some dead pixels or like a dent and or like part of the screen wasn't working or like it was dark on one side. That's all stuff. It's like, you know, maybe I'll get it fixed, you know, or like in the meantime, it still works. But like a colony of ants living in your monitor, I think it's time to move on. Maybe sell this to like an ant enthusiast or something. This could probably be worth something to have ants that just love living in the monitor. Maybe try returning it to where you got it from and being like, hey, you sold me a monitor that's full of ants. And it's such a ridiculous thing to hear and then see that maybe they would believe you and be like, shoot, maybe we did. I don't think you try to put ants in your monitor to try to swindle us. So like, we believe you. Pick out a new one, hopefully without ants this time. This fish caught in Australia. Of course, it's Australia, dude, where everything is big and scary. This is a sea monster, dude. This is not a fish. This isn't that doom fish, right? You know the one I'm talking about? Oh, it is that one. It's an oarfish. They live super deep in the ocean, and they only come up, supposedly, when a natural disaster is about to happen. I think in Japanese culture, they're considered like, they're like a sign of doom. They're like a bad omen. Anyway, but yeah, this is a freaky fish, and I can't imagine catching this, dude. Imagine pulling this up on your boat and being like, what the hell? Should we throw it back? I mean, throw the fish back. Another meat one. Limit of 15 people in the meat. Yep. You could have worded that a lot better. I'm assuming that this is supposed to say something like, hey, each person can only buy 15. But limit of 15 people in the meat? Probably the worst way you could have messed that up. Also, doesn't meat just look gross? But it is nice to know there's only 15 people in the meat, and it looks like there's a lot of meat. So whoever's doing the marketing for meat needs to be fired. This picture? I'm not sure what part of it is unsettling. The hand looks kind of freaky, not gonna lie. I'm sorry if that's not the part that's supposed to be scary, but the hand looks a little bit sinister, a little skeleton-y. But the flower looks kind of weird too, doesn't it? It's like borderline trypophobia, but not quite. Interesting post. I'm not sure exactly what I'm looking at, but it does make me feel like a little unsettled, but I don't know. Definitely the oddest post. There's that spooky skull storm again, and look, its mouth is open. It's kind of like aghast. It's kind of scared. It's kind of like, oh no, we're heading towards land. Maybe the hurricane didn't want to do it, you know? Just seaweed. Unless... Whoa. Huh? What am I looking at? What the hell? Like, it's definitely just a bunch of poles connected to something that's keeping them kind of together but moving independently. But it looks like the spines of like an ancient waterlogged sea beast. Definitely unnatural looking for sure. Qatar's Crescent Tower? Why is it like spewing thick, dark evil into the sky? Does it have to do that? Is this gonna be a portal or what's going on here? Why'd you make this? Why'd you make this, and why is it like in such a random spot? Like there's nothing here. This seems like it could be a portal, but like not something you go through, but something that like things come out of. I expect like the kaiju from Pacific Rim to come out of this and to start wreaking havoc on our world. This does not give a very welcoming vibe. I'm assuming there's some sort of fire happening behind it, I guess, because it looks like it's fine. Why are we making such scary looking buildings? You can make them look like anything you want. At least make it smooth so like people can skateboard on it or something, you know, like give it a use. Malayan leaf frog? Holy hell, man. He's made of leaves. That's crazy. He's got leaves for eyelids. Look at that. Like, I always think it's cool when a creature has like such textured skin to like blend in, but this guy went the extra mile. This is like a three-dimensional pop-up book. He's got like stuff glued to him, you know? That's crazy that anything can look like that. I mean, this could blend in just like sitting on the ground. Like, I would see this and be like, hey, look, a bunch of leaves on the ground. That's crazy. And then I would keep walking. Well, actually, I wouldn't say that. I'm not the kind of guy who's walking around and sees leaves and stops and has a conscious thought about it. But you know what I mean? Like, I would definitely not think it's a frog. Crazy cool, but also, yeah, kind of freaky, honestly. Kind of scary. But like in a cool way. This Pikachu suit in a nearby abandoned mall. Yeah. Pretty freaky, dude. But hey, someone had to stay behind and watch over the mall. Make sure no one gets in and no one gets out. Imagine they took this photo and turned around and then like looked back and it was gone. Wouldn't that be scary? Wouldn't that be scary? Let's do one more. Phobos comes to New York. Gosh, I hope nothing bad happens in this video. Oh no. Okay, nothing bad happened though. Holy heck. Uh-oh, Mr. Plane. What a view that would be, huh? Okay, technically nothing bad happened in this video. I was kind of joking when I said that, but honestly, all things considered, pretty chill. Just flying by. As long as it then returns to space, I'm okay with it. Sure, it would freak everyone out. Can you imagine? Especially being in the plane. Imagine this happened and then no damage. It was just all emotional damage. Like, what a thing to talk about. Where were you when Phobos flew over New York? Oh, you saw it on TV? Well, I was there. I saw the whole thing. I was on a plane. I know it's kind of the lowest form of commentary to be like, what if this happened? Wouldn't that be crazy? But like, I don't know. It's kind of fun to think of sometimes. What would we all do after that? Like, would everyone get the day off? Hey man, we almost all died from a moon flying across our planet. I think I'm gonna stay in today. I don't think I'm gonna attend that meeting. I think that you can email me. Anyway, thanks for watching, guys. Strange one to end on, I suppose, but something to think about, you know? What would you do if Phobos almost smashed your city into dust and blew up the planet, but didn't? I know what you would do if it did happen. We would all be dead, of course, instantly. But if it almost happened and didn't, that's interesting. That's something to think about for sure. Don't forget to like the video and subscribe if you haven't yet. And don't forget to, you know, maybe watch another video after this one. I got so many videos. Hopefully the change of background wasn't too jarring for you. Hopefully seeing the other side of my face wasn't too weird for you. I know I usually film like this. This is the me you used to know. And this is the me you gotta get used to now, all right? Don't worry, we're both pretty chill. Hopefully it's not too weird for you. I know it might feel like a substitute teacher for a couple weeks, but you'll get used to it. I know it. Thanks for watching. I'll see you guys next time. Bye-bye.